right, welcome everybody to Saturday Morning Slow Flow. We're just getting started here. Turn the lights on the recording so you guys can see a little better. We're going to start on our back. So whether you're at home or in the studio, come there, give yourselves a few minutes just to arrive. Let that breath start to take over. Don't control your breath just yet. We're going to get there in a minute. Take this first minute. Just start to observe your breath. Bring that awareness to it. So when we start to control it, it's right there to you. It's accessible. Already starting to get in sync with it. As you feel like you've got that full focus on your breath, then you can add that element of control to your breath. Start to breathe into your nose and out through your nose. Let your breaths become longer, slower, and deeper. So as you inhale, you pull in that breath all the way down into your belly. And as you exhale, you're pushing it all the way out. And that way we can start to move here just with one breath, one movement. When you're ready to start moving here, we're going to start today, it's a little different, with a pose called fish pose. Right? So you can keep your knees bent, or you can extend your legs. What you're going to do here, right? You're going to kind of work your hands underneath your glutes, so that your thumbs come together right at your low back, your fingertips are pointed towards your glutes, right? And let your hips come down so you're laying on your hands. Your elbows are up to the sides. And again, you could be here with your feet bent. I'm going to extend my legs long. And then from there, you're going to kind of pull your elbows in. You're propping yourself up on your elbows, right? So it looks like this. And then let your head come all the way back so that you're looking towards the back of the room. Your chin is tilting towards the sky. This isn't our regular walking around position for our head. That's how we're doing it, right? It's the perfect drainage position for your sinuses, right? So I was just talking about how bad I've had it lately with allergies. This helps drain everything from your sinuses, give you a little relief. We want that. Nobody wants to walk around coughing these days, right? It means bad things. So clear whatever's in there out. Help us breathe a little freer. We're just going to stay here for 4 more breaths. So you can bend your knees, you can butterfly your legs, you can lift their feet up in there, do a little core work, whatever feels good. Just get that heart above the head, getting that chin tilted towards the back, opening up the throat chakra. It's the chakra that governs your breathing and your communication. One more breath here. And we're going to let ourselves come all the way down, right? So tuck your chin back in, right? And then slowly slide those hands out from underneath you, let your head come onto the mat. Now from here, we're just gonna hug our knees into the chest, and we're gonna twist each way. So let your arms go out long, like wings in a T position. Drop your knees to the right as you look to the left. But we're not gonna stay here, just a little twist to open up the hips. So on your next inhale, bring those knees back up to center. And as you exhale, drop them to the left and look to the right. Inhale, bring your knees back up to center here. And then from there, you're going to take your hands to the crease of your knees and rock yourself up into easy sit. We go both ways. Can I skip one direction? No. All right. It's good. Hopefully you went both ways. All right. Come around here into tabletop. When you're ready, we're just going to bring our shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. Your hands are shoulder width distance apart, your knees are hip width distance apart. Let's do a couple cat-cows here. Now let's start to get our body and breath in perfect sync. So as you inhale, lift your chin up to the sky, tuck your tailbone under, let your belly drop for cow. As you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round out your back, hollow out your armpits for cat. So just keep moving here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now you can be going faster or slower than me. You can be going faster or slower than anybody else here. Just find that place where you're moving. Just one breath, one movement. Eventually, we're all going to meet back in neutral tabletop. Now, as you get to neutral tabletop, now we're going to tuck the toes under. You're going to lift your hips up and back and into your first down dog of the morning. So let your head drop between your shoulder blades, push your belly back toward your upper thighs. You can add some movement here if you want to, bend one knee, then the other, like walking the dog. You're swinging your hips from side to side. Just check in with your body, notice what's going on. Make sure you're doing what your body needs as we go through the rest of our practice today. Settle back into your regular down dog, then bend your knees just slightly, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward to your hands, come forward, fold. So now your belly's touching your upper thighs, your head's hanging heavy and long. So you're going to shake your head yes, shake your head no. Just make sure there's no creases in the back of your neck. Now as you inhale here, we're going to take a half lift to monkey, pulling your shoulders even with your hips. So now your back is nice and flat, the crown of your head is pointed forward. As you exhale, come back down into forward fold. Belly to thighs, crown of the head towards the mat. This time, as we inhale, we're going to take a big reverse swan dive. We're going to come all the way up to standing. As you come to standing here, right, it's like you're holding a little beach ball overhead, right? So your palms are facing each other, thumbs are going towards the back wall. You're going to exhale, lean over to the right. So move your hips to the left, lean that ball to the right. Then as you inhale, come back to center. Do the same thing, go the other way, still holding that ball. Just bump your hips to the right, lean the ball to the left. Now, come back to center here. Now this time as we exhale, it's like you're taking the ball. You're going to throw it over your right shoulder. So you're reaching over your right shoulder, your left hip's coming forward, your right hip's going back. And then just let your hands come down, straighten out your hips, sweep your hands around, back up overhead. All right, we're going to do that the other way. So you're throwing the ball over your left shoulder, and then as your hips come back to center, just sweep your hands around and back up, right? Now we're holding a ball over our head again. This time we're going to go into a back bend. Shift your hips forward, take your chest near your hips, just like you're throwing the ball behind you. Inhale, come up tall, and then as you exhale, throw it down to the ground, your back, in forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift to monkey here. Exhale, fold back down. Now from here, you're going to plant your hands on the mat, and you're going to step back into plank. All right, so in plank, your body's one straight line. From the crown of your head down to your heels, your shoulders right over your wrists, your hips are just below your shoulders. Now you can drop your knees for this part if you want to. Do this whole sequence from your knees, or you can stay up on your toes. We're going to go through our yoga push-up. We call it a chaturanga. So as you exhale, you're going to bend your elbows, let them scrape right along your ribs. Elbows point straight back behind you as you come all the way down to the mat. In this first one, we're all going all the way down to the mat. Your hands should be right by your chest, not by your shoulders, not by your waist. Your elbows are pointing behind you. Your shoulder blades are coming together. We're going to inhale, lift up here into a baby cobra. And you just pull your chest up slightly. Right? You should feel that little pull in your low back. In baby cobra, you should be able to lift your hands off the mat if you wanted to. You don't have to, right? But you should be able to. You're using just your back strength to hold you up. Now, if you want to use some upper body strength and get a deeper back bend, you can come to up dog. In up dog, you press your palms into the mat, straighten your arms, pull your chest up and through. And you're all the way in up dog. Now, you can, every time you flow, you can be in up dog or you can stay in baby cobra, whatever's better for you, wherever you are here. Flip your feet, lift your hips up and back, come back to down dog. All right, so we're going to do that a couple more times through. We're going to start to move it now. You go to Cena ones a little bit faster. We're going to start to move it with our breath. So from your down dog, bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward, your hands come forward fold. Your forward fold, inhale, half lift monkey. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, take a reverse swan dive, come all the way up standing, bring your arms overhead, hold that ball overhead. As you exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, throw the ball over your right shoulder and then sweep the hands around, back up overhead. Exhale, throw the ball over your left shoulder, sweep your hands around, back up overhead. Exhale, into your back bend. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, throw the ball down to the ground, back to forward fold. Another half lift monkey here. Then fold back down, plant your hands, step or float back to plank from your knees or from your toes as you exhale. Lower through your chaturanga. Inhale to baby cobra or all the way to up dog. And then exhale, shift. Down dog. Let's do that one more time through. Bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward, your hands. Come to forward fold. Inhale, half lift to monkey. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up, hold the ball overhead. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, throw the ball over your right shoulder. Sweep your hands back up overhead. Exhale, throw the ball over your left shoulder. Sweep the ball back up overhead. Exhale, throw the ball back behind you into your back bend. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, throw the ball all the way down to the floor. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift to monkey. Exhale, fold. Now we're going to plant your hands, step or float back to plank. From your knees or from your toes as you exhale. Lower through your chaturanga. Inhale to baby cobra or all the way to up dog. And then exhale, shift. Down dog. Now, once you get to down dog, just take a couple breaths here. Now you can drop your knees and come to child's pose if that feels better. We're getting ready for our next flow. Now, we are going to add a chair in, but it's going to come at the end, right? So here, you just go right into it. So when you're ready, you're going to come back up into down dog. All right, from your down dog, I'm going to turn the other way so it'll be easier for you guys to see. You stay where you are. Take your right leg, lift it up to the sky. Bend your right knee. Now, you're going to curl that right knee under your chest, bringing your shoulders over your wrists. Touch your right knee to your left elbow, or as close as you can get. Just a little twist. Then as you inhale, take it back up to the sky. This time when you exhale, you're going to step it all the way through and come to runner's lunge. So you want your right knee right over your right ankle, left leg nice and long. We're going to drop down to our left knee here and let your left foot flatten. So you've got your right knee right over your right ankle, right? You want that left knee back behind your left hip, right? That way you're not right on your kneecap, it's better for your knee, and you're getting a little more opening in your hip flexors. As we inhale here, we're going to rise up into kneeling crescent. So you're just going to pull your upper body up and reach up high. Right, so you're pushing your hips forward, you're taking your upper body back, so you sort of feel it opening in your hip flexors. Just reaching your fingertips up towards the sky, lengthening everything out. From here, we're going to come to half pyramid. So you're going to let your right leg straighten, let your right toes flip up off the mat, and then come forward, drop your hands on either side of your right leg. Fold your upper body over that right leg, nose towards the knee. You're going to start to feel that opening in your right hamstring. It should feel good. Couple breaths here. Letting that hamstring open up. Square your hips, right? Draw that right hip forward. Push that left hip back. And have your hands wherever you want. I have mine by my knee. You could have yours by your right ankle, or maybe you have them back by your hips. Now from here, we're going to come back into that kneeling crescent. Bend into your right knee. Bring it over your right ankle. Look up towards the front of the room, right? So just press off your palms onto your fingertips so everything's opening. And then thunderbolt. You're hovering your chest over your right thigh, the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Your palms are going up to the sky, your thumbs are coming together, so you're pulling your shoulder blades together. If you need to have your left heel down here for some stability, that's fine. Let your left toes point to the left. And then from here, we're going to inhale, come all the way up to warrior one. So everybody's going to drop that right heel. Lift your torso up. Take your hands up to the sky. So you're squaring your hips towards the front of the room, so that deep bend in the right knee. We're going to take a back bend here. So spin your pinky fingers in towards each other. Look up at your fingertips. And then lean back, right? Keep bending into your right knee. Lean back, open up your chest towards the sky. As you exhale here, we're going to dive down. Bring your right hand to the inside of your left foot, or sorry, to the backwards. Bring your left hand to the inside of your right foot. Take your left hand up to the sky. Take your right hand up to the sky. We're here in a twisted lunge. Now, everybody's going to turn their left heel towards the front of the room, right? You're going to keep that bend in your right knee, but lift your left foot up off the ground. Bend into your left knee and just tap it as much as you can outside your right knee. So you're in a twisted sheet squat. Now you're going to take that left foot, step it all the way back, and then you're going to reach back with your right hand. Let it draw you back up into your warrior one, or into a crescent if you want to keep your heel lifted the whole time. Challenge your balance, you can do that. Once we're back up in that warrior one, bring your palms together. Pull them to heart center. We're going to twist to the right. So you're going to bring your left elbow over here towards your right knee. Maybe it rests right on top of the knee. Maybe it hooks over the knee. Maybe it's just hovering nearby the knee and it's not getting there. That's okay. You want your thumbs at heart center, chest open towards the right side of the room. As you exhale, next here, we're just going to untwist. Drop your hands on either side of your right foot. Turn those left toes back towards the front of the room if they're not already. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Come back to plank. Take your flow here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, now I'm going to turn around here. We're going to try all of that on the left side. So you're going to take your left leg up to the sky. Take your left knee, bend into it, and then shift forward, shoulders over the wrist, touch your left knee to your right elbow. Take that left leg back up to the sky. Step it all the way through. Come to runner's lunge. So you want your left knee over your left ankle, right leg is nice and long. We're all going to drop down to our right knee at first and let the right foot flatten. Make sure that right knee is behind your right hip, make sure the left knee is right over your left ankle. Then push away from the mat with your hands, bring it up into your kneeling crescent. So kneeling crescent first, right? Just reaching up high, lengthening everything out, pushing your hips forward as you lean slightly back with your upper body. And then we're going to come to the half pyramid. So you push your left leg straight, let your left toes flip up off the ground, drop your hands down on either side of your left leg. Let your upper body drape towards that left leg, nose towards the left knee, squaring your hips here so that right hip goes back, that left hip comes forward. Deep, deep stretch in the left hamstring. Now we're going to come back forward, bend back into your left knee, bring your left ankle over your left knee over your left ankle, hands on either side of the left foot, push into your fingertips and look up, and then we're going to come all the way up into that thunderbolt. So you tuck your left toe, right toes under, come up off your right knee. You can drop your right heel if you want to, but you're peeling your chest off that left thigh, sweeping the hands back behind you, hovering your chest right over that left leg. So you should feel it in the left glute, in the left quad. Those are working here, right? Now, everybody's going to drop that right heel, and you're going to rise up into your warrior one. Reach your hands up high, square towards the front of the room. Spin your pinky fingers in towards each other. Look up at your hands, and then lean back. Keep bending into your left knee. Let that upper body go back. Now we're going to dive into our warrior, or into our twisted lunge here. So your left hand is going to land, right hand is going to land on the inside of your left foot. Left hand's going up to the sky. So you're twisting towards the left side of the room. Stacking your shoulders, opening your chest, and let that right heel lift. Right? Because we're going to balance here. You're going to keep that bend in your left knee, but lift your right foot up off the mat. Touch your right knee outside the left knee. And then from there, just step it right back to where you were. Reach back with that left hand. Let it draw you all the way back up into your warrior one or into your crescent with the right heel lifted. Once we get here, we bring the palms together, pull them to heart center, and we're going to take that twist to the left. So you're bringing your right elbow towards your left knee. If you hook that right elbow, maybe it just hovers near your left knee, maybe it's right on your left knee. Your thumbs are at your heart center, your chest is towards the left side of the room, the crown of your head is towards the front of the room. And just here, drop your hands down on either side of your left foot. Turn those right toes forward if they're not already. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Let's take our flow here. Exhale for your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale. Down dog. All right, so we're going to do all that again, right? Now that you guys have seen it already, we're going to move through the parts we've already been through a little faster, but then we've got more to add on. All right, so when you're ready, take your right leg, lift it up to the sky, bend its knee, touch that right knee to your left elbow. Take it back up to the sky. Step it all the way through, come to runner's lunge. Drop down to your left knee, flatten your left foot. Once you've got that all set up, rise up into your kneeling crescent. From your kneeling crescent, take it to your half pyramid. Right leg straightens, right toes flip up. Drape your upper body over that right leg. Just take one breath here. And then we're going to bring it back to our kneeling runner's lunge. So you're bending into your right knee, bringing your right knee over your right ankle, hands on either side of your right foot. Look up. Then tuck your left toes under, come up off your left knee, pull your chest up off your right thigh, sweep your hands back, come to your thunderbolt. And from thunderbolt, everybody's going to drop that right heel. You're going to rise left heel, sorry. You're going to rise all the way up to warrior one. Spin your pinky fingers in towards each other, look back, look up at them, and then lean back. And then from there, dive it all the way down. Bring your left hand to the inside of your right foot and your right hand to the sky. There, set it right for once, right? Then from here, turn your left toes towards the front of the room. If you're not already, keep the bend in your right knee. Just lift your left foot up, touch your left knee outside your right knee in that twisted Shiva squat. Send your left leg all the way back. Reach back with your right hand. Let it draw you back up into crescent or warrior one. Bring your palms together, pull them to heart center. Take your twist to the right, left elbow towards the right knee. Now here's what we're going to add on, right? If you haven't already dropped your left heel, do that. You're going to untwist, you're going to straighten out your right leg. Turn your right toes towards the long edge of your mat and take your hands up to the sky. So you're in a 5-pointed star facing the left side of the room. So reach your hands up super high. Lengthen out your spine. The legs are nice and wide. Now we're going to twist here. You're going to take your right hand, reach it towards your left ankle. Take your left hand up to the sky. Keep your legs straight, right? So you're working those obliques. Taking this twist towards the left side of the room. Or towards the back of the room, really, right? Because we're on the long edge of our mat now. And then from there, you're going to bring it back up. Use your core to 5-pointed star. And once we get here to 5-pointed star, take your right toes, turn them towards the front of the room. Right, so you didn't move your feet, but now your right toes are pointed towards the front, your left toes are still pointed towards the left. You're going to take your left hand, it's going to come along to the inside of your right thigh. Your right hand stays up to the sky. Start to slide down as low as you can along your right leg without bending into your right knee. So maybe you can get all the way down to the ground with your legs staying straight. If you can't, maybe you're here or here, and it's okay. Right? But we're in that twist with a straight right leg. Now from here, we're going to untwist. You're going to take your left hand up to the sky. Your right hand is going to come along the inside of your right leg. So you're here in triangle. So you still got that straight right leg. Right? Your right hand's on the inside of your right thigh. The lower you go, right, the harder it gets. You got to keep your chest open towards the left side of the room. You don't want to collapse here. If you get so low that you start to collapse, you've gone too low, right? You could be here. This could be your triangle. Maybe you're one of those people, I'm not. You can get their hand all the way down to the ground in triangle. Either way, all good. All right, now from here, you're going to rise up, bring your palms together at heart center. Right? Turn your chest towards the front of the room. Now you're going to bend back into your right knee. And then you're going to keep that bend in the right knee. You're going to step forward with your left foot, bend into your left knee. So you're dropping yourself right into chair at the top of your mat. I'm going to turn this way for this part so you guys can see me, but you're at the top of your mat in your full chair. Look down. Look at your toes. Can you see your toes? Can you wiggle your toes? Your weight's all back in your heels. Your hips are far enough back. Your knees aren't covering your toes. Now what we're going to do from here, you're going to shift forward Maybe I couldn't get down that far, I only went halfway down, 3/4 of the way down, a quarter of the way down. It's all good, wherever you end up. Now we're gonna twist. You're gonna bring your left elbow over towards your right knee. And just twist to the right. Maybe you can hook it over. Maybe not, mine's kind of right on top of my right knee. It's all good. And then just untwist here. Drop your hands down to the mat. And then you're gonna step or jump back into your plank. Right, so I could jump into my plank, boom, or maybe I just let my heels drop and I step back into my plank. Either way, once you're in plank, take your flow here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, shift. Down. All right, so we're gonna do all of that on the left side. All right, so we take the left leg, we lift it up to the sky. Bend into your left knee, shift towards, touch your left knee to your right elbow, or as close as you can get. Inhale to get back up to the sky. Exhale, step it all the way through, come to runner's lunge. And then from your runner's lunge, we're going to drop down to that right knee, let your right foot flatten, rise up, kneeling crescent. Reach up high, lean back, and then come to your half pyramid. Straighten that left leg, let your left toes flip up, drop your hands on either side of your left leg. Take a breath here. And then we're going to come back forward, bend back into your left knee. Bring your hands on the side of your left foot, push into your fingertips and look up. Then tuck your right toes under. Coming up step. Thunderbolts. You're peeling your chest up off your left thigh, swooping your hands back behind you. And then from there, everybody's going to drop that right heel. Bring yourself all the way up to warrior one. Spin your pinky fingers in towards each other. Lean back. From there, we dive all the way forward. Right hand to the inside of the left foot, left hand up to the sky. Let that right heel lift off the ground. Get deeper into the twist. Then lift that right foot all the way off the ground. Keep the bend in your left knee. Just bend into your right knee and touch it behind your left. Send that right leg back out long. And then from there, you're going to reach back with your left hand. Let that left hand sweep around so it draws you back up into your crescent, or drop your right heel down and come to warrior one. Bring your palms together, pull them to heart center, and let's twist to the left here. You're going to bring your right elbow towards your left knee. Palms still true to heart center. Now this is where we add it on. Remember, we're going to untwist. You're going to drop the right heel, push the left leg straight. As you untwist all the way, now your left toes turn towards the right edge of your mat, and your hands go up to the sky. So from that 5-pointed star, lengthen out your spine. Open up, make yourself as tall as you possibly can. Right now, as we twist here, you're going to bring your left hand to your right ankle. Right, so you're twisting towards the back of the room. Am I doing this wrong? No, I can't remember. Yeah, left hand, right ankle. We're doing it right. Twist towards the back. Right hand's up to the sky. We're twisting to the right. Now we're going to come back all the way up. Back into 5-pointed star. This time as we get to 5-pointed star, now you turn your left toes towards the front of the room. Right. This time you're going to bring that right hand across. It comes to the inside of your left leg, and then you're sliding down so your left hand stays up to the sky. Trying to get as low as you can, keeping that left leg straight. So it's a revolve triangle. Again, if you're way up here, it's okay. Now we're going to switch it to a full triangle. So you're going to untwist. Let your left hand come on the inside of your left thigh. The right hand goes up high, so you're stacking your shoulders here. Opening your chest towards the right side of the room. Maybe even slide down a little more. The crown of your head comes towards the front of your mat. You don't want your chest caving towards the ground as you get lower, right? Lengthening out your body. All right, now from here, you're going to bring your hands to heart center. Turn your chest towards the front of your mat. Bend into your left knee. And then you're going to step forward with your right foot. The right foot's going to drop right next to the left. You land in chair. All right, so get a little lower maybe into your chair this time. This is our second time through with chair. We can get a little deeper. And then when you're ready here, shift your weight to the balls of your feet. Lift your heels up off the mat. And then just keep dropping your hips. Get as low as you possibly can. All the way down to the mat. Maybe, right? Maybe we're all the way down. Maybe we're halfway down. Maybe we're a quarter of the way down. you gotta take that twist. We're gonna twist to the left. So your palms are together. You're bringing your right elbow towards your left knee. Maybe bring it over the left knee. I can't quite get there. Now, untwist here. Drop your hands to the mat in front of you. Step or jump back to your plank. Take your last flow here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, shift. Down. All right, now from down dog, we're going to bend our knees, look between the thumbs, bring the feet forward to the hands one more time in your forward fold. This time, you're going to toe your feet out wide to the edges of your mat, right? Turn your heels in, your toes out. Now we're going to squat down again, right? That was candlestick, that's the name of the pose we just did, where we lifted our heels and dropped our hips. Here you want to keep your hips down on the ground as you bend your knees and track along your ankles and drop your hips. So we're in this Vinyasa squat. Right, so you can do it, if you can get down with your heels on the ground and this feels comfortable to you, you're going to stay right here. Maybe you have a block, you sit down in the block, that makes it a little easier. Here it's important that your heels stay down. It's not like the candlestick where we wanted them to lift up. If you can't get your heels down, or you don't have a block, or this just doesn't feel comfortable to you, then drop your hips all the way to the ground. Bring the soles of your feet together and come in to your bound ankle. In that same hip opening, that's the physical aspect of this pose. Physiologically, we're bringing the heart rate down from the flow. So let your eyes close here. Reconnect with your breath. Notice if you still have that focus on the breath. Notice if you still have control of your breath. If not, this is your chance to reassert. Lengthen your breaths. Slow your breaths. Deepen your breaths. Take 3 more breaths right here. And then, when you're ready, what we're going to do here, we're going to stand all the way up, right? So if you're in Vinyasa, just press your feet into the ground. See if you can just bring yourself up. If you're down in bound ankle like me, we're going to have to drop a hand to get up, and that's okay, right? Coming all the way up to standing. All right, so technically this is where we do our core work. All right, so this is going to be core work, but we're going to challenge our balance a little bit. All right, we didn't do a whole lot of balancing while we do that flow. We're going to do a little balancing here. I'm going to give you some alternatives. If you want to stay with one foot on the ground the whole time, you can do that, all right? So I've got my hands on my hips right now, so we're going to start right here. You're going to bring your hands to your hips. We're going to start on the right foot first, so I'm going to keep my right foot as my stabilizing foot. My left foot is going to move, right? I'm going to hinge at the hip. I'm going to kick that left leg back behind me. So I'm trying to get to a place where my chest is parallel to the ground, I didn't make it, and the crown of my head is towards the top of the mat. I'm going to point my left toes towards the ground. Now, if this feels like too much for you, drop those left toes all the way down to the ground, so they're back behind you, right? Your chest is still hovering over the mat. You still got all that weight in your right foot, but you're just using that left foot for a little balance, right? If you can, lift that left leg as high as you can, maybe at hip level. You can keep your hands on your hips. They can start to reach back behind you. You can bring them out to the sides. You can bring them to heart center. If you really want to challenge yourself, reach them forward. Just take 2 more breaths here, wherever you are. And then on your next inhale, we're going to rise all the way up and drop that left foot down to the mat. Right now from here, we're going to go into chair. That's a chair. We've already been in chair. To tree, all right? So you're going to keep your right foot on the ground again. Just take your left toes right now. Turn those left toes towards the left side of the room. Draw your left heel against your right heel. So you're making a little half square with your feet right now. Then you're going to lift up off your left heel. Pull the sole of the left foot all the way in against your right ankle. All right, so my left knee is pointed totally towards the left side of the room. It's not here, towards the front of the room, right? It's open. Now, you can stay right here. This can be your tree. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, maybe you start to slide that left foot up higher. Maybe your calf, maybe to your inner thigh. Keep that left knee pointed to the left, right? Don't press the left foot against your right knee. Either bring it lower than your right knee or above your right knee. Maybe you can take your hands up to the sky here. Maybe you keep your hands on heart center or on your hips. Now, I'm going to offer you one last challenge. If you still got your toes on the ground, stay right there. If you've got your left foot up, see if you can grab a hold of it with your right hand, and then bring it in front of you. Bring that left heel towards your right hip, and let your left knee point towards the ground. So it looks like this. And then you take your left hand, wrap it around behind your back, and reach towards your right forearm. You can't see me on the camera, but I've grabbed my right forearm, look from behind. And hang out right there. If you can, really press that left heel in. Maybe you can release your hands, come all the way up, right? These are all different places to go. You don't have to go where I am. You can be here, or you can be down with your foot still on the ground. One more breath here. And then just drop that left foot down, come back to standing. Take a couple steps. Hopefully you felt that in your right hip, in your right glute. That right leg really worked for you. We opened up the left leg. So now we're going to try that on the other side. So again, start with your hands on your hips, right? And you're just going to lean forward. Think about bringing your chest parallel to the ground. As you lean forward, let that right foot kick behind you. Again, maybe you can lift that right leg to hip level with your right toes facing the ground. Maybe you're going to keep those right toes on the ground, and it just looks like this. But your chest is parallel to the ground, the crown of your head is towards the front of the room. Hands can stay on the hips. Maybe your hands reach behind you. Maybe your hands reach to the sides. Maybe your hands are at center. Maybe your hands are reaching forward. Right, you find your spot. Take 3 more breaths here. And when you're ready, bring it all the way up. Drop that right foot beside you. All right, now we're coming into our tree on this side. So we're going to start the same way. All the weight's in your left foot. Turn your right toes to the right. So your right knee is pointing to the right. Draw that right heel against your left heel. Make that half square. Come up off your right heel. So you're bending into your right knee. It's still pointed right towards the right wall. Pull that right foot in against your left ankle. Your toes stay on the ground right now. Maybe this is where you stay. Right? If you want to take it more, you start to slide that right leg up the left leg. Maybe it's on the calf. Maybe bring it all the way up to your thigh. Keep that right knee pointed towards the right side of the room. Hands can stay at the hips. Hands can come back to the center. Maybe make yourself a tree with branches. Now, if you want to take that variation, and you've got that right foot off the ground, grab on to your right ankle with your left hand, and bring that right heel to your left hip. Let your right knee point towards the ground. Right, so I'm holding on to my right ankle right now. I wrap my right hand around my back, reach towards my left forearm. Oh, that made me fall. It's all right. We come right back into it if we fall. Now, maybe you stay right here. Maybe you really press that right heel into your left thigh and release your hands. Come out a lot harder for me on this side, but I'm doing it, right? Usually if I wasn't trying to demonstrate for you guys, I would still hang out right here. Hold on to my foot. One more breath here wherever you are. Even if you're just still in tree, it's fine. And then release that right foot gently. Just come back down. Take your hands up to the sky. And then swan dive it all the way down into your forward fold. Now as we get into our forward fold here, we're just going to step back into tabletop. Drop your knees to your mat. And then let your hips come to one side or the other. Swing your legs all the way around in front of you. All right, we're going to come to a seated forward fold here. At first, I want you to rock back and forth from side to side. Right? Feel those sit bones, those bony bones in the back of your glutes press into the mat. Once those sit bones are pressing into the mat, sweep your hands up to the sky. Turn your palms towards the front of the room. Right? And then you're just going to move at the hips, right? So just hinge at the hips, start to lean forward. Keep your biceps by your ears as long as you can. When you can't come any more forward without your biceps leaving from your ears, stop where you are with your torso and just let your hands relax all the way down. Maybe they land on your feet. Probably they land on your ankle or your shin or your knee, and that's all good. Right? We're going to use our breath to get a little bit deeper here. So as you inhale, lift your chest slightly. Lengthen out your spine. Then as you exhale, you can fold a little deeper. Your hands can walk a little further forward. Do that a couple times. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold deeper. You want to keep your back nice and flat. The crown of your head is somewhere between pointing straight towards the front of the room and straight up to the sky. What it's not doing is pointing towards your legs or towards the floor, right? We're not tucking the chin to the chest. We're just bringing the chest as far forward as we can. Feel this is a nice stretch in your hamstrings. If If you're not feeling your hamstrings, it's just your legs, right? If you're feeling your low back instead, put a little bend in your knees, right? Maybe you look more like this, and that's okay. Right? Even if you bend your knees a whole lot, you're still getting that stretch in the insertion point between your hamstrings and your glutes. And if you're feeling it in the low back when you do this pose, that's probably really where you need the stretch. All right, so take 2 more breaths here. And then we're slowly going to peel ourselves all the way back up. As we come back up here, right, you're going to bring your toes to the top of your mat. Right, so your toes at the very top of your mat, your knees are bent. We're going to lay down our back here. We got a couple more stretches to do, but we're going to do them from our back, right? So take your arms out long. Now tuck your chin to your chest. You're looking at your belly, and allow yourself to round. Slowly round down to the mat. Using your core strength, place yourself down on the mat. Now, from here, you can keep that left foot planted on the mat, or you can extend your left leg long with your heel on the mat. That's up to you, right? And then you're going to take your right leg and just kick it straight up to the sky. Then you're going to flex your right foot so the toes are coming towards your face. Your heel's going towards the ceiling. Take both hands, wrap them around the back of your right leg, wherever you can. Maybe it's on your thigh, maybe it's at your knee, maybe it's at your calf, or if you're super flexible, it's at your ankle or your foot. You're pulling that right leg back towards your body. Right? The more you pull it towards your body, the more stretch you're going to feel. You're pressing that left heel up towards the ceiling, right? So flex your foot, toes are coming toward your face. Again, you can have your left knee bent, or you can have your left leg extended all the way. Once you're here, try just angling that right knee a little bit towards your right armpit and pull it in. It changes the stretch slightly, takes it towards the outside of your leg. So feel that difference. If that feels good to you, if that feels like a place you need to stretch, stay right there. If it doesn't feel that great to you, then angle that knee back towards your face and pull it. Right? You want to keep that right leg straight. Even if it means it comes a little further away from your body, you're going to get more stretch holding around your knee with your leg straight and bending your knees so that you can grab your foot or your ankle. Take one more breath here. And then release from behind that right leg. And now you want to keep your right leg up to the sky. Everybody's going to extend their left leg long here. So if you have your left knee bent, now extend it long, put that left heel on the ground. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and just keep that right leg straight, right? Keep the foot flexed, heel towards the ceiling, and just pull that right leg over to the left side of your body. Now your right arm's going to go out long, and you're going to look over your right shoulder. Right? Maybe you get your right foot to the ground, maybe you don't. It's okay. Right? Stretch for the glute and the hip. Just take 3 breaths here. And then from there, take that left hand, bring it back underneath your right leg. Pull that right leg back up to the sky. And then you're going to bend into your right knee, and then your right foot is going to come down. We're going to switch sides. So again, you can keep that right foot planted here, or if it feels better, extend your right leg so your right heel's to the ground. Take your left leg straight up to the sky. Flex your left foot, toes towards the face. And then grab wherever you can with both hands around your left leg. Maybe your thigh, maybe your knee, maybe your calf, maybe your ankle or your foot. To pull that left leg back towards you. Really flex that foot, right? So keep pushing that heel towards the ceiling. So get that stretch. Keep that leg straight. Bring it towards your chest. Now, if you want to take that variation here, you turn that left knee very slightly towards your left armpit. Keep pulling on it. So change that stretch towards the outside of your hamstring. If that doesn't feel great, or if you like it better, straight down the middle, then keep that knee aimed towards your chest and pull it in. That stretch straight up the knee of your hamstring. Wherever you are, 3 more breaths. All right, now from here, right, you're going to take your right leg, extend it all the way long, it's not already, so your right heel to the ground. You're going to take your right hand to the outside of your left leg and then pull that left leg over across the right side of your body. Your left arm goes out long, you're looking over your left shoulder. Now, if you don't get your right foot, or your left foot, sorry, all the way to the ground here, it's okay. I'm not going to on this side, that's for sure, but I'm still feeling that nice stretch, my left glute, my left hip. Let's take 3 breaths here. From here, take your hand, your right hand, to the inside of your left leg. Use it, pull that left leg back up to the sky. And then you're going to bend into your left knee. Now you're going to let that left foot land right on the ground. Bring the right foot to join it, so bend into your right knee, put your right foot right on the ground. Take both hands to your sides, palms face down. As we inhale here, you're going to lift your hips up to the sky. So you're in a nice gentle bridge. Now if you want to here, you can tuck one entire shoulder, then the other underneath your body. Clasp your hands underneath your body. Now push your hips even higher. Increase the flexibility of your back. You can just have your shoulders slightly tucked here, puffing your chest open, pushing your hips up. If you have a block, maybe slip that block under your hips, and you're here in a supported bridge. All good options, right? Push those hips up high. You're either using the leverage of the block, or you're using that strength in your legs. Push your hips up higher to increase the flexibility of your back. 3 more breaths here. And then as you exhale, let your hips float down nice and slow and land on the mat. Untuck your shoulders all the way. So your whole upper body is just flat to the mat. And then you're going to take your feet, both feet, straight up to the sky. Right? So now I'm flexing my feet like I'm going to step on the ceiling. My feet are right over my hips, my head, hips, and shoulders are all on the ground. So we're here in waterfall. Now maybe you still have that block under your hips and your hips are up off the ground, that block underneath them. It makes it slightly more intense in that supported waterfall with the block, right? Because your hips are a little bit higher. You can be there if you want to. Maybe you want full shoulder stand. That's where you lift your hips up on your own. Put your hands in the small of your back. So you're supporting yourself on your shoulders and your forearms. If shoulder stand's where you're at, you can go there. If you're in shoulder stand, your feet become kind of half flexed, half pointed. Like you're going to put on a pair of high heels. Right? If you're staying here in waterfall, feet are fully flexed. Like they're going up to the ceiling. All great options. We're getting the feet above the head and the heart. We're sending the blood from the feet where it pools all day, back to the head and the heart where we need it more. In addition to that increased circulation, we're also naturally lowering our blood pressure, and we're flooding our body with anti-aging, anti-stress hormones. Good things happen. We get a little upside down. When you're ready to come out of this, we're all going to come out of it the same way. You're going to bend your knees, let them scrape along your face and butt. Slowly drop your feet back down to the mat. Now, from here, we're going to come into happy baby. So your feet are going to go up to the sky again. But this time, you're going to separate your feet, maybe slightly, maybe a lot. You're going to bend your knees, maybe slightly, maybe a lot. And then reach up with your same hand for your same foot. If you're grabbing the inside sole of the foot, the outside sole of the foot, the ankle, the shin, the knee, wherever you make that connection, it's fine. Once you've made it though, roll forward a little bit so you feel that sacrum, the lower part of your back, press into the mat. We're going to rock from side to side here, giving ourselves a little spinal massage. It should feel good. If it doesn't, you don't have to do it, right? You can stay still. You want to change leg position now. Take your legs wider, straighter, bend them more, bring them in more. Just find somewhere where this feels really great to you. Hang out there for 3 more breaths. drop to the right. Take your chin and your gaze to the left. If you want to take your right hand and press down on those knees, bring them closer to the earth, you can do that. Maybe you want to extend your legs so that your toes go toward your right fingertips, or you can just stay where you are, right? You just want to keep that left shoulder anchored. That's what's giving you the twist here. On your next inhale, pull your knees back to center, and then this time as we exhale, your knees are going to go to the left. Your chin and gaze are going to go over your right shoulder. Again, if you want to here, you can take that left hand, press those knees closer to the earth. Maybe you extend your legs towards your left fingertips. Keep your right shoulder anchored. Keep looking over your right shoulder. We always finish off with these twists. Just to seal off our practice. Let our bodies remember what they did today. So next time we come practice yoga, everything's a little easier. We go everywhere a little deeper. As you inhale next here, bring your knees back to center. Give them one final hug into your chest. And let's set up for our final pose, our Shavasana. Let your legs go out long. Take your hands to your sides, palms face down. This is your traditional Shavasana, flat on your back. If it's not comfortable to you, you need to stay here, right? You can always bend your knees, put your feet on the ground. Maybe let your knees fall in against each other. You can butterfly your legs and recline bound ankle. You can roll to your side or onto your belly. Just find somewhere to be where you're perfectly comfortable, where you're going to be able to stay perfectly still, and where your mind is going to be able to go perfectly quiet. Allow your breath to help you get there. You don't have to control your breath anymore. You don't want to control the breath anymore. You want to let it go. Let it do what it wants to do. As you're releasing control of that breath, keep your full focus on your breath. You notice it, you observe it. And that way it can begin to guide you. And it will guide you right to a place where there's nothing left in your mind but you and your breath. When you can get there, that's your true quiet of the mind. Now slowly start to come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, feeling that increased sensation that comes with a quiet mind. If you want to here, you take your arms up overhead, do a nice full, deep body stretch. And then from there, just roll over onto your right side in a fetal position. Take a couple breaths right there, just to reacclimate to our space. Let the sights and the sounds of the room come back to you. Take a long knee right here. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, push yourself up to seated. And we'll close here. So we're going to close here just with 2 Mari breaths. And then the Mari breath, we inhale. As we exhale, make that little humming sound. in the back of the throat. And the Om is the universal syllable. Uses all parts of the throat. So we're going to do 2 Bhamari breaths, 1 Om. You can join me in the breaths, or if you'd rather, just listen, then just listen. But let's close our eyes. We'll inhale here together. Inhaling again. And then we'll inhale one final time, and Om. Let your eyes drift open. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your energy, your practice with me this morning. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. All right. I will see you guys all tomorrow. I'll be doing a little gentle yoga, so come join me for that. Otherwise, have a great rest of your Saturday, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.